All right, we're back. I've just been doing some stuff about the town, just making some notes for myself. So I think we could jump in a little bit if we want to. I want to like build up our characters a bit as we go along, so we can ask some questions about each other and all those sorts of things. But I want to know like when we get into the town, like when we cut to the town, when we're like introduced, we have like a long intro sequence, with like sweeping beautiful shots of British country shores, and then like the sky going dark and people's like going out on boats at night and things like that. And then I think we come into the town, and I think there's some kind of like public gathering, and I want to know like who's at this public gathering about the school. I think is the introduction of the new school teacher, the one that has been brought in by the oh, your faces have been swapped around. I see. I'll fix that. So yeah, there's this big like public proclamation. Who's the mayor of this town? Is it I think it like so. Is it a self-important older man? I assume. Yeah.
That sounds good.
What's his name?
Sure. Phineas.
Yeah.
Phineas.
I like it.
And his last name can't be Gage.
No. Broom. Broome.
Yeah. Cool.
Phineas Broom.
Yeah. So Mayor Broom is like up on like a probably a soap crate, and is like giving this big speech about how Catherine by the Sea will be is going to become like a local bastion of education, and it's going to be, and the trade in the town will increase due to it becoming such a local hub, and the whole region will envy our education and our uprightness. And I think he waves onto the stand this onto the soapbox to introduce himself. This like fresh-faced, young, dark-haired man with like a Bible tucked under his arm, and like
I like him already.
The proper like all of the proper accoutrement of a member of the Salvation Army, with their very they dress very properly and all those sorts of things, and yeah, he starts talking about like how wonderful it is to be welcomed into your little town, and people start whispering immediately and like grumbling and things like this, and yeah, he tries his best to give a speech about how lovely it is to be welcomed and how excited he is to help the young folk of Catherine by the Sea to build a better life for themselves, and suddenly like this rumble grows a little better, and become closer to God through the good word and all these sorts of things. And this speech seems to be going poorly. Who's in the square?
Yeah, I think I'm there, and obviously Charles. Sounds like Charles is there.
Oh yeah.
Charles, just so you're aware, he's been introduced as being like a member of the Salvation Army, and they are Protestants.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yes. No, I'm still supporting of the school. Is he going to be the teacher, or is he just representing?
No,
That's
he's
the
to be
gist?
he's to be the new teacher. Yeah.
Oh.
I think when he comes up on stage, I like elbow Charles, who's presumably standing next to me, and I say, "He's very tidy, isn't he?" And I like, from my tone, you can tell that that's not meant to be a good thing.
I think
Yeah.
perhaps he has not seen too much of this life to be ruffled like we are.
Ah, yes, like we are, yes. And there's sort of like a bit of like a twinkle in his eye when he like looks at me like, yes, us hardened,
Like
seagoers.
I'm
You and
trying to
I.
be
Yeah.
one of the crew. Yes.
Yeah.
And like a middle-aged woman with like a dirty apron near you is like, yes, he's not like us, is he?
Is she on her own, or has she been
part of the
talking to
crowd.
people?
She's been talking to people around her.
Does she
been
have
talking to
children
the crowd.
at her feet?
Not here. No.
Okay.
I don't think there are many children in the square.
Okay.
I think it's mostly adults.
I think I would ask her, do you have children of your own?
And she's like, yes, I've got two little daughters. Hopefully I'll find them. Hopefully I'll find them someone to. Yeah, and she's like, looks around. And she's like, there's a lot of good young boys that they're around their age around here.
So she's talking like kids that are older than maybe like young school age.
Yeah, she's probably talking like 10.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it
Gosh.
happens early.
Yeah. Yikes. So maybe there's an insinuation there of like they're going to get married, not get an education. I don't know. Do we think that that's the? Depends.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get out of her like what is her investment in the school, I suppose. I'm also curious to know whether Blythe is here.
I mean, yeah. Like it sounds like have we got a move for this one? Let me have a look at my basic moves sheet.
There is like a read someone.
Yeah. I was gonna add the basic moves as a handout. I can put it in a handout here.
Sure. I've got them here in a tab as well. So
Cool. Well, I'll chuck this in here so that we can get to it easily in Roll20.
Chapter 4.
Yeah, I love that it specifically says read another's thoughts.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Well, in the game that Haley GM'd for us, we did it on a seal. And we're like, it doesn't say read another human's thoughts or read another person's thoughts. It says read another's thoughts.
Another.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Is this interaction charged?
The situation is, but the interaction specifically isn't. No.
No, you're trying to keep it calm.
Unless I
trying to
make
manipulate
it charged.
another into trying to get her to give you more information.
Pardon? Sorry.
You're trying to manipulate someone into giving you more information.
I mean I think that's my default in that I immediately go to like what is this person's secrets? Like what is this person about? But that's just my angle, so I don't know about the others.
I mean, if you're the one making the move, that's up to you.
Sure. Yeah, sure. In which case, yeah, I think I want to get a layer down, I want to know, I want to know why does this person really not like this guy? Because there's always, especially in small towns, there's always something else. It's never just, the politics. It's like, does she dislike him because he's new? Does she dislike him because, she has like specific investment in the school being a certain way? So, yeah. So yes, I would like to try and push her a little bit, and if the easiest way to do that is to make the situation charged and then read her, then I can do it that way. Because I think
you could just excite her and like make it charged by just talking about how shit the guy on stage is.
Right.
Like she wants to get angry, right? Like because people want to get angry in general, right? Like that's a thing.
In which case, I think the way I would do it would rather than me talking about it, I would say something like, basically try to get her to explain, try to get her riled up by being like, is what do you know about him, or try to ask her sort of what she thinks is wrong with him, and see if she gets angry. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not sure.
That's cool. I think you can read a sitch with that. I think you can read that situation and we'll use your brain and see.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think reading the situation is probably open anyway because the whole.
Oh, sorry. Read another.
Oh, yeah,
thoughts.
right, yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Sure. Okay. Oh yeah, I think the exact specifics is that I would say something like, but surely he can't do any harm. He looks young and green. You know, what harm can he do? And sort of like push it that way to see if she'll like come out with like something. All right, so I'm rolling plus brain. Oh dear, I've built this character very badly. I was like, I don't need my brain for learning secrets. Yes, I do.
Great.
I'm very bad at this. Excellent. All right, here we go. How do we do? Oh, wow. Sweet. Totally fluked it.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Cool. Excellent. So you get to ask questions, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So what is her immediate sort of response when I say like, but he's just stupid and harmless.
Yeah, he's from one of those big cities where I think she like names which like city. It's probably like Sheffield or something. And she's like or like London even. She's like, he's from a big city. All of them people there, all filled up with smoke, doing evil to one another, taking away each other's jobs, all those sorts of things. He's one of them salvos, and starts like going on about how like they make people homeless.
Right? Wow. Okay. Right.
Yeah, she definitely thinks that like he's like, she thinks he's a space alien, right? Like.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, she thinks he's really, really of another breed. Okay. What does this character need most? That's such a good question, by the way. I love that question. Just saying. Side note. Real good question. Like specifically in this situation.
In this situation?
Yeah. What need is driving her here?
For her children to be like her.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. And then this person is a threat to that.
Yeah.
Like in her mind. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. What does this character intend to do? What is she gonna do about it?
She's going to talk to all of her friends. And they're going to make sure that something is done.
Okay. All right. She's gonna rally the cause.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I actually want a third question.
I think she's also going to probably talk to her husband.
Aha. Okay.
And all of her friends will talk to their husbands.
I think if she sort of mentions that in conversation, I say, and what does your husband do?
And she, I think he works in the mines, in the coal mines. And she's like, I think she says like, he works in the mines these days. Ever since our boat was wrecked. Terrible things.
Sad days.
Yeah. So like, yeah, she like, her husband and probably her two daughters all work in the mines, because like her husband alone can't support them with like a miner's wage.
Okay. Cool. That's me. I'm chatting up some lady.
Can I tag onto your conversation and sort of agree with Moira and say, yes, no good comes from those people from the city, I believe. I would go so far as to suggest that perhaps they don't share the same values as us. And try and influence her.
Yeah, what's your hope here? What's your intention? What do you want to happen?
Well, I think my long-term goal
or is it about a larger thing?
It's about a larger thing, and I would like to eventually get around to offering her a place where people could come together. That's not the square. That could air these concerns about the direction the school is going.
Yeah.
So you want to help give her a forum for her cause rallying.
I want to electrify the grapevine and supercharge it.
Yeah, right. Cool. Yeah. So electrify the grapevine is a great that indicates. Yeah. That sounds like you're manipulating.
Sure.
Manipulating another.
Is that a
when you
roll?
try to manipulate another, tell them what you want and roll beauty. For NPCs, they ask you to promise something first, and if you make that promise. So
perfect. All right. So how do I?
Let's talk about what the promise is. So you want this grapevine to become highly energized. To what end? Against this person? Against, like, what do you? Where do you want to direct that energy?
I'm destabilizing the power base that's already there.
Cool. Yep. Cool. All right.
So it looks like this guy is, he's in cahoots with the mayor, and they're very chummy. And so before I can ingratiate myself into the whole sort of situation, I have to destabilize it, and then I want to come in as being a savior and a hero, cool. And sort of use my business acumen to destabilize a company and then take it over.
Yeah. So cool, awesome. So you're gonna you want them to spread rumors and things about the mayor and the local governmental group. Probably involves a couple of local businesses. So yeah, cool. What are you gonna promise to her? What's she gonna do?
Yeah, the promise is
and this can all be implied and subtle and abstract.
Yeah, I think the promise is definitely I want to.
You're promising her more influence. You're giving her a place where her voice would be heard.
Yeah, so I don't know what Tristan knows, do I? That she wants her children to be like her. Is that correct?
I think you probably do to some degree in that I feel like the less abstract version of that is that I've been asking leading questions.
Yeah, right.
And I'm sure she hasn't outright said, I want my children to be like me, but she's probably talked about, the family and how they all do this and how she doesn't want to send them to a school where they won't be part of the family or something like that. So I think you'd have the general gist of it.
Yep. So I guess what I'm promising is tradition and continuance. And implying that this person is a threat to that continuance, and making sure that she knows that I'm on the side of maintaining our heritage and our history and our integrity.
Cool.
People from the city don't understand those kind of things.
Yeah. You want to roll?
Sounds like
roll beauty.
Also, I really like that it's called beauty here, even though it seems obviously functionally not necessarily like visual. Like, you know, you could be convincing someone with your like moral beauty or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right.
really cool.
Yeah.
10 plus. They're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna do that. They're gonna,
Okay.
That's gonna happen. That's gonna start.
All right. So
Yeah.
where could I offer this as a place? Could I mean, we could do it on the ship.
I will point out that whether or not you keep your promise is up to you on a 10 plus.
Right.
But yes, that's definitely a thing. You could do it on the ship. You could find like a pub or something. I suppose there's probably only one pub in a town this size.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, how public do you want it to be? Do you want it to be we all get in a really public place and yell, or do you want it to be like we all sneak away and conspire to yell?
Good question.
Yes, I kind of like the sneaking away aspect of it. I don't think a pub is the right place.
All right. So, if it's sneaking away, all right, who in this town do you have a connection to that might have like a barn or a pub or something that people could meet
Barn
in?
is a good one.
Well, I like the idea of a business connection that might have either a warehouse space or some kind
Great
of
idea.
space that they're not using. Getting everybody out to the ship and back seems like a bit of a mission because
Yeah,
you've got all
definitely.
the
ship's not a good
rowboats
place for that.
crap
And you'd
like
have
that.
to
So,
talk the captain into it, and she won't be talked into anything.
and we got to move the jackfruit around.
Oh, God,
It's
yeah,
all
all the
just a
jackfruit.
pain. So,
No,
so
there's
yes,
no room.
some business contact of mine or somebody who I could maybe lease some warehouse space from.
Yeah, cool. What's their name?
Dominic Forsyth.
Cool. Excellent. What does
Nice.
Dominic do?
Dominic's importer exporter. No, Dominic. I think Dominic could be a bit disgruntled as well with all of these newfangled city ideas. He might be one of the sort of the basket weavers, the textile people in town, who's starting to see his business go down.
Cool. Yeah.
Does he make nets?
Yeah. Or if he doesn't, he certainly could.
I'm gonna say net maker. I think that makes sense.
Yep.
In
a fishing village.
Yeah.
And like lobster baskets and things like that.
Yeah, right.
Why does
And that would be great.
Why does he owe you a favor?
Is
I
it
bailed
something?
out his son from jail.
Wow.
What's his son's name?
So he was Forsyth, was he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Philip.
Mm-hmm. What did
Philip
do?
Forsyth.
Philip Forsyth. It's got a bit of alliteration
good.
going on.
I love it.
What did Philip do?
He got a bit drunk and got into a fight over a girl.
Yep. And
Classic.
who did he kill in the fight?
Jesus.
Whoa.
Well, this took a turn.
Yeah, how did you bail out a murderer?
Well, no, because it's not a murder. It's an accident.
It's an accident because he fell back and hit his head on the bar
Right.
and back of the head kind of thing. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
The mayor's son.
Yes.
Ooh. Ouch.
So yeah.
Joseph is the mayor's son who is dead.
All right.
Cool. That would have cost a lot of money, so yeah, you definitely are owed a big favor. Yeah.
But the bond they get back, right? the bonding it back as long as he doesn't flee or
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's how it works.
I think so.
Mm.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So what do we want to cut to? What is happening? What's happening down at the ship, or where is Blythe?
Mm.
What are you up to?
It sounds like we've been here before.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I reckon I would have a pretty good idea of how conservative the people in this town seem to be. And I'm I'm tall, conspicuous woman dressed in sailor garb with a child. I don't think that I'm in the square or went to the square.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm probably gone to the place where the people that I know in this town that I can sort of relax a bit are, and possibly trying to unload some of the jackfruit.
Right, you're trying to find someone to trade jackfruit with. Yeah. So what's in this town that is like the place where you're going? Is it like a pub type area, or is it like a warehouse or something near the docks where people are drinking and also doing business and also probably playing dice?
Yeah, I think it's probably more likely to be the warehouse, because the pub's full of older people and then more rowdy men who I don't like to hang around with, and the docks is sort of more conservative in a pack kind of men. That's kind of what I meant, rather than rowdy. And the docks are sort of more relaxed and full of people there aren't all from the town, so I'm probably there.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I think there's this wattle and daub little warehouse, and that used to be probably like a fishing like a fishing warehouse sort of thing, but now it's just used for a bunch of different stuff, and people do just hang out there. I think it's probably gets raided by officials pretty regularly looking for smugglers, and sometimes people aren't quick enough to shift their shit, so they catch people, but it's probably a place of pretty questionable legality. But there are people here that won't bat an eye at you, especially with I think when you come in, someone offers is it Samson?
Samson, yeah.
Yeah, someone offers Samson a bit of chewing tobacco or something.
Yeah, I'm just thank you, and I put it in my pocket.
Yeah. And yeah, so you're making contacts and all these sorts of things. You trying to unload this jackfruit, see if someone wants it.
I'm half-heartedly trying to unload the jackfruit.
Yeah. Cool.
I'd get rid of it because it stinks.
Yeah. And I think the thing is that also it's this isn't the place that you would have been trading it off, but you can't go to the place that you would have been selling it, because your papers have been confiscated or marked as you've got something wrong with your papers, and you can't go to where you would have sold it. So yeah, you're here. I think you can hear people are talking amongst themselves about a bunch and there's a lot of whispered and hushed conversations there's something up in the air, but you're not entirely sure what that is. It seems to be like everyone is like trying to like pass rumors about like and like work out what the situation is by like listening to like talking to different people, but also no one wants to like hear what like no one wants to be seen to be like passing these rumors.
Right. I think I'm pretty like, so my character has a fair bit of charisma, but they don't really have very much tact. Their charisma sort of like comes from the place that they're like so open, honest, and transparent that you're like, I like that person. You know, they're trustworthy.
Yeah.
So I think Blythe is just sort of like, what's going on? Everyone seems a bit on edge.
Who are you talking to? Who's your contact here?
It is a woman named Sally. Forster, and she is unmarried, have children.
Sorry, I missed that. You lagged out.
Okay. Yeah, she's unmarried. She doesn't have children. And like she basically like, I think a lot of the time she spends trying to like keep the. I think she's trying to continue the trade, the wicker baskets, not the wicker baskets, the basket weaving trade.
Yeah.
That's in like I think she's not a weaver, but she's trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, right.
By building contacts, and that's how we sort of came to know one another.
Yeah, cool.
Took a liking to each other.
Yeah, and I think yeah, she's like always happy to have a bit more female company, especially the kind that isn't like that is a bit more independent and not always talking about husbands.
And a funny thing about her, I think, is she really likes children, but only for very short periods of time.
Yeah. So she's
like,
Samson
Samson, and then after 10 minutes, she's like, all right, you with him.
Oh, it's me.
I relate to that.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna say. Yeah. I relate hard. Children are
so
great. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, she picks him up and like spins him around, and he's like, "I'm a seagull." And yeah.
Yes, you are. That is exactly what you are.
And he's like, "I'm gonna poop on everyone." So yeah, she has a chat with you, and she's like, "Look, there are some rumors going around, but I haven't seen anything yet. I was gonna go out and look, but someone says that Captain Ryan. Oh, I don't think he's a captain. I think she's like. Someone says that old man Ryan hung himself from his mast and then steered the ship into the docks. I don't know. I haven't gone and looked. She's like, you know, around the side. She's referring to like the area where the not quite legal ships go.
Person? Old man Ryan?
Old man Ryan, yeah. Yeah, and she's like, some people are saying that he was in a lot of debt, but he made good trade.
Have I met him before?
Probably.
Hmm.
Okay, like, what is your connection to Old Man Ryan? He's a
Yeah.
smuggler.
He's a smuggler, yeah.
And like his crew are like good folk.
Look, I mean, I probably do a bit of business, so I think we've definitely traded before. I think I really liked Old Man Ryan because a lot of the smugglers don't take me very seriously.
Yep.
Whereas Old Man Ryan was quite businesslike. Like he was sort of just like, and I'm quite businesslike when I'm doing business.
Yeah. And like he
so
would take
I
you
got
seriously
what I want in exchange for the funds.
Yeah, right. And like he'd be like because like sometimes you'd have to get him to bring some things into port rather than doing it yourselves because you know you don't want to pay tax on that.
Yeah.
And like he would be the one that would like actually fucking listen to you if you said we can't do it on this night because the weather's going to be bad or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
or we can't do it there. We can't do the trade off there.
I've lost stuff before, and you know, Avery wasn't too happy with the way things panned out, so try to be careful now who I do business with, and it's kind of like, this makes things, I mean, that he was both a decent person, but I'm also thinking about this makes our business situation kind of hard here.
Yeah, definitely. Because you don't have anyone else in this town who you trust to bring goods ashore if you need them to.
Probably that I trust.
Inspected.
That's probably the list of people.
Yeah, right. Like, the list of people that you trust isn't it like could be counted on two hands. Now it's counted on one, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
I think I'd probably ask Sally to look after Samson for a second, even though she's not too keen on it, to go and see if I can find out what happened.
Yeah, she's like, I think she's like, all right, and she like looks down at Samson and she's like, do you want to go looking for cockles? And he's like, cockles! And yeah, they like head out into the sand. Yeah. What's your plan?
Like, so is there like a coast watch or a coast guard that makes going around that side of the dock difficult? Or would I just walk over there?
I mean, that side of the dock, that area, is not too tricky to get to on foot, but like navigating those waters is really, really dangerous. I think like you have to know the path there on foot because it's all like steep cliffs and things. But if you know the path, it's a path. So yeah, do you want to like go round to the what's the name of the the Smuggler's Cove? Do we have a name for it?
Smuggler's Cove is a little bit too obvious, maybe.
Like, is it called Catherine's Nook?
Ooh.
Like something like kinda dirty.
Sounds very jaunty. Yeah.
That's cool.
I think
How
that's
about
kind of
nape?
like
Catherine's nape.
that's the back of someone's neck, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
It feels like it could be a stretch of land or a
I mean, this is
small,
specifically like
difficult place.
like an inlet.
Yeah.
So shall we do that? Catherine's nape.
Sure.
I like the idea that like a bunch of people just assume that at some point somebody misspelled like cape.
Or like a whole bunch of people think that a nape is something dirty.
Yeah, well, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. They're all like, people think it's a joke, but it's actually kind of not really like that.
Yeah. So I think you're acting under pressure to like make your way there though.
Oh.
Like, there's a path. I feel like I want you to act under pressure to like make your way there. Like,
Is the
through
path dangerous or just confusing?
I think it's dangerous, right?
In that case, could I use my descriptor move, which is better off alone?
Yeah, totally.
I believe
Yep.
that would fit this
Yeah, it
quite
would.
well.
What time of day is it?
I mean, those sorts of public meetings usually happen in like the early like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm assuming about
okay.
that time, right? Like
Yeah.
when the market would be bustling, if there were like when there would be trade.
Okay.
Cool. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't apply because I haven't rejected the help of others. Nope.
Nope.
All right, acting under pressure. It is.
Yeah. So yeah, the point is that like you've got to make sure that you A, pick the right path, and B, don't like fall off.
Oh man, we're killing it today.
Oh
It's
wow,
an 11.
awesome. That's super good. Yeah. Yeah, you make your way through the rocky like salt slick cliff sides into Catherine's Nape. And I think the smell of like rotten seaweed is really, really strong here, because it all like catches up in the rocks and then slowly cooks until it's gross. And yeah, like crashed against a rock is you recognize Ryan's ship, and that there is a body hanging from the neck from the highest point of the mast, like just like banging up against the mast.
So
Right.
is the insinuation that this happened last night, and that's why no one has like taken the body down, or
Yep.
okay, right? Because I was like, that's pretty extreme, just leaving it there. But if it's only just happened,
Also, like if you like it's in the middle of this like deadly set of rocks that everyone has to
Yeah.
like get past to get into the Nape.
it's probably really
right?
hard to get the
It's
body.
really
yeah,
hard to get to.
true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there
But
any
there's
other
only
signs of life on the ship?
nope.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Just this body gently bumping against the mast. Because it's not
I
like
would
out from
definitely-
like the thing. It's just from the top of the mast point.
So did you say the ship has crashed into the rocks?
Yeah. Yep.
So I think I would sort of try and like basically slowly make my way the rocks to the ship, sort of like trying to hug the rocks a bit so that I didn't slip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How close do you want to get? If you want to get on the ship, I'll make you roll again. If not, that's fine.
I will roll again.
Cool. Yeah. You want to get on the ship?
Um,
Go for it.
I want to get on the ship, therefore I roll again. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh wow, our luck has finally run out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you start like tiptoeing across the sharp rocks as if they were stepping stones, and I think you've like probably done a fair bit of this before, and for a moment your like confidence, it makes you like look up at where you're going instead of where you're putting your feet. And this piece of rock has like some moss on it or something, or seaweed, and it's slippery, and you fall. And do you have any armor?
I've got a leather jerkin on, which is 1 armor.
I think a leather jerkin will help you like against.
To be honest, I'm not really wearing it right now because I wasn't really planning to come out here.
Yeah. 'Cause I was thinking.
Unfortunately, I don't generally walk into town in the leather jerkin. I sort of save it for when I'm doing this kind of thing.
This sounds like 2 harm is all. Yeah. Of like, you're alone. You're not got any safety gear. You're going across some of the most like dangerous waters around here. Yeah. You slip and fall and probably like smash yourself pretty hard on sharp rocks.
Twist an ankle or
Yeah, definitely.
smash your back against something or ow.
So do I
And
reckon
like
I
there are
can-
like sharp barnacles and things.
Oof.
So do I reckon I can get up from that?
I reckon you could pull yourself onto the ship, but crossing back across is going to be tricky.
Right. So I sort of pull myself up onto the ship really painfully and sort of like flop over the edge, and I'm just lying on my back, like, you know, feeling really sore, looking up, and I can just see a man on top of a mast in front of me just swinging in the breeze. And I'm like, oh Lord, I really wish I could do something about this situation, but I can't. I'm just stuck here on my back, and this is not good.
Nope.
Now you're stuck on the ship with the dead guy.
Yeah. I think that's a good place for a break.
It was very wrong.
Yeah, it's a great place for
Oh,
All right.
fantastic.
We'll be back in a
It's
minute, chat.
I love that it's got spooky already.
Yeah.
I'm so into
Yeah.
this.
All right. Back soon.